What are you eating? What is it? Why have I not got any? Viva? That looks... Are you kidding me? It looks like cereal.
Yeah.
That might be the driest thing I've ever put in my mouth. So, we've got, it's customers 177 in, W177 A45s. It's in for stage 2 package. It already has, I believe it's got an intake in it, like a drop-in filter. It's now just had a Miltech decat down pipe with OPF/GPF delete, whatever you want to call it. We've just been putting the software in it, run another software revision at the minute. These cars are yet applicable to be able to do OBD flashing, so you have to pull the ECU every time you want to make a change to the file. At the minute, it's just a bench process, which we're halfway through doing. Bench process just means that we're going in the pins of the ECU. If it was a boot procedure, we'd have to take the back off the ECU and actually pin out the back of the board for the ECU itself. Luckily, we're in a position where the software and the component that we're using has the facility to be able to just bench it, which means that writing files this way, and because the ECU is really accessible, it takes us maybe 35 seconds per flash as opposed to an OBD flash, which depending on ECU can take anywhere between 5 minutes and half an hour. So it's quick to make a revision and make a change and then go on the road and make sure it's all good. So we've downloaded the file, well, we've got the file that we need to flash into the ECU. Obviously, like I said, it's all bench now. So because there's no power to this through the OBD, you have to have a separate lead, which is just a mains 12 volt, which is obviously already turned on. We identify the ECU just to make sure that it does recognise that it is plugged in and I've pinned it correctly, which if I haven't, it's going to make me look like a right moron. But we're all good. Completed it in 4 seconds, the first process, and it says okay, all green, and it gives me like the processor ID, everything like that. And then all I want to do, because I'm not reading the ECU, I just want to write the file and then go to where the file's stored, which should be just there. Asks me if I'm sure, yes, and then it basically does all the pre-checks, goes to the checksum, making sure everything's matching to what it should be, and that has written 38 blocks in what looks like is going to be about 15 seconds, so that's going to be done any second now. And basically as soon as that's done, plug it into the car, clear all the faults, make sure it's all good, starts, runs, drives, and then go out on the road and get a log, using the same tool but a different area of it.
Well, I'm not expecting great things from the fuel.
No.
Because I suspect it's got some shit fuel in it. So, just with a conversation.
These bottom 4 boxes, I'm just expecting to flash red.
Yeah. At what point did it flash red? Is there a numeric?
Not really sure, I think we're about to find out.
So you can hear Bronson. I'm going to show you his new home in a minute. So we've put the other wall up in the dyno room now. That's gone up yesterday and today. That wall was previously up before, obviously. So the dyno shell is kind of finished now. We've still got to do interior bits and move all the crap from the back, but the basic dyno cell is kind of like done externally. So, and then now that wall's up, we've now got ourselves an engine room. Here's some more crap, look. And then if I come down here, this is going to be the new engine room once it's done. So this obviously is going to get decorated or painted, sorry. And then if you come down here, all this racking is going to be over here for parts, etc. And for sort of like engine parts, because we do a lot of the EA 888 Gen 3 Golf R stuff, and we've got tons and tons of bits. So we'll utilise that to keep for that. And then at the moment, it's just a disaster in here. You must see this because this is real life disaster. So there's tools and rubbish everywhere. This is our hazardous waste cabinet. That's going to go in the workshop. It doesn't need to be in here. And then Bronson's going to have his new house here, which is going to be in the engine room. So it's probably going to smell of shit in here and piss, but you know. So he's got a heater in here, he's got lights in here, everything. So he's going to be super happy in there. And we've got loads of room in here, so we could just like make a really nice engine room, and we can build some proper nice engines for people then. And I think that's going to be a real benefit for us, especially over the next 12 months, because we've got a lot of engines to do. So that's our new dyno room and engine room started. So obviously you've been taking pictures of what we've been doing here today. This is one of the cars that we've had in for a big job. It's had loads of servicing. It's had the Viz freewheel pulley on the balancer shaft, and we've done a carbon clean on it as well. So I think you've seen that earlier. That's another car that's been in the workshop today. It's also having Super Pro lower arm bushers, Haldex service, Haldex filter. It's having Super Pro roll bar bushers, Super Pro engine mount insert as well, and DSG service, cam belt, timing chain, rock cover gasket. So it's had the full works, this one.